If it's an intelligence agency, it is expected it will do quite a whole number of intelligence gathering. It might have to use some of the money for even what they do as sting operations and sting options, covert operations, and the rest of that. But it must be within the intelligence gathering of the government that not an institution like EFCC would have gone to bust. It would have been part of intelligence information coordinated by the office of the NSA, such that the EFCC will be in the know. Right. The NIA will be there. Right.
Let me allow just about 2 minutes for Alhaji Tanko to weigh in on this one and get his own thought. But let me quickly show you this so that you can react to it also, Alhaji Tanko. Is the poll that we sent out there on Twitter, asking Nigerians to vote, let us know what their thoughts are on the matter. And we did send out a poll about 3 days ago asking Nigeria, should President Buhari have ordered the arrest and prosecution of SGF Babachi Lawan and NIDGOK? Hashtag SGF suspension, hashtag grass cutting scandal. And this is the result of that poll. 58% of that said yes, 6% said no. 27% said the VP committee is okay, and 9% says there is a cover-up agenda. Take it from that point, Mr. Yunusa Tanko, and look at the pro panel. Do you think that we really need a pro panel in all of this again?
You know, I'm a fan of Fela. I used to remember some of those his songs when he sings authority stealing. He said when the government or any official want to steal, they use all kinds of words, misappropriation, public inquiry, that will end up into a nowhere. Those are some of the songs of Fela. And then what we are seeing is one of those particular public inquiry that is going to be a closed door. Fine, there's no doubt Mr. Vice President has been doing extremely well. And then I think Mr. President have enormous trust in the Vice President. But of course, the AGF being the first point of call when it comes to litigation in the hands of the government, should also be in that panel, despite the fact that a lot of public indictment has been made on him. But in this case now, he has two other persons to outweigh his own decisions or whatever thoughts he may have. So for the legal position, in case that this particular issue now ended up in the court, at least he will be able to give the legal perspective on the side of government, whether he likes it or not. That must be done. Those are some of the areas in which probably the contradiction had come because of the way people perceive his own decision that he has made on the case. But you see, what baffles me most is the large sum of amount that is being recovered in this country, especially the last one that has to do with the NIA. The NIA come out to say that they own the money. Rivers State government said they own the money. Individuals who have been couched and said they own the money. And every money has been collected since last year from one place to another. In fact, they're still collecting more now as we are speaking. But Nigerians are wallowing up in poverty and hunger. On a lighter note, one Nigerian tweeted on this when he said, why wasting so much of money since nobody can claim that particular sum of money? Share it any way you have to share it so that you can alleviate the poverty.
On that lighter note, we'll take another break. But when we return, we'll continue with the conversation. Is anti-corruption war still active? Join us again. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's continue the conversation now. Our closing thoughts on the program from my panel on the program. Some narrative that Mr. Ayoke is perhaps just going to be a fall guy in all of these scenarios, but that money really belongs to a top government a politician in this government, a top man, a top government official that really owns that money. Is just a cover-up. What do you think?
No, I think that is just a kind of campaign and propaganda that needs to be sustained between the three musketeers of, Governor Ayofayose, Governor Wike of Rivers State, and Femi Fani-Kayode. So for them, the claim by Rivers State, they need to support each other, and they need to sustain that argument of saying it was owned by former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi. But you can see clearly those are not statements actually to be given any serious thought. I mean, the moment you see such kind of claims made without any empirical evidence and substances of facts, you don't just engage your time and waste of the airtime to start discussing those characters and issues.
But we've shown timeline of all these busts. What do you think about these? Some of these monies we don't even know where. Some monies are even traced to some people's account. Is there a crime in all of that?
No, there's a huge crime, because especially the ones.
If money, so they can find money in your account and.
Let me tell you what you don't know. In the EFCC Act, the EFCC has the power, and that is one of the statements made by one of the senators during the second screening of Magu. The EFCC has the power to invite you, anybody, to come and explain your source of whatever wealth that you display or you own. It is within the power of the anti-corruption.
So you think the anti-corruption drive is
No, the anti-corruption drive is good. It is not yet there. It is not yet El Dorado. We only have EFCC working. We don't have ICPC doing anything. We don't have Code of Conduct Bureau doing anything. And as long as those ones are not functional, the anti-corruption drive of this government is still questionable.
Mr. Okoligbo, do you believe that 49 million naira will just be left without anybody claiming ownership at an airport?
No,
is it believable?
The funny thing is that the money is in 50-50 naira notes.
And 200 naira
notes. Because
notes.
in 50 naira notes and 200 naira notes, it's so easy to trace. That money was released by the Central Bank of Nigeria. That money was paid to a bank, the 50 naira notes and the 200 naira notes. So it is easy from their wrappers and their numbers for you to know the bank that.
In the first place, is it believable?
So
all of this bust,
because it's a bit worrisome that those funds.
And we really don't know who owns this money.
Yes, nobody's name is being attached to these funds. That's why I'm as much as I've always not tried to indict the FCC because of the facts that maybe are available to me. They should tone down on their media trial. The media trial is beginning to give them a lot of negatives. They need to do more of a lot of investigation so that we can get the true perspective of who has most of this funds.
Let me allow Mr. Tanko to give us a concluding thought. Just in about a minute, Mr. Tanko, if you will tell us what you make about this bust, and if you really think that the EFCC is really getting it right at this moment. Just in about a minute, please.
Well, the truth about it is that a lot of Nigerians are saying that there is a kind of confusion here. If they cannot identify those that owns that particular money, some are even think they are concocted stories. So the EFCC need to go further than that by investigating down the line to ensure they can associate those money with individuals who owns them. They have the power to do so. And they can go all the way to the central bank and identify. So don't let them continue to just discover money. And then even those particular money unaccounted for. We don't even know how much has been collected and where it is. Is it yielding interest? Where is it being kept? Is it in a bank or is it being kept in another underground safe? We don't even know which one is which. And here we are, we're talking about a budget of 7.something trillion naira. The previous budget of 2016 was 6.something. The previous budget was 4.something. And Nigerians are walloping up in poverty.
Thank you so much.
And recession is here and all.
I'm afraid we need to go. Mr. Eunice Tanko, National Chairman of the National Conscience Party, and also my guest here in the Lagos studio, Mr. Ken Okoligbo, member of the PDP and the political analyst, and Mr. Olarwaju Suraj, the ED of SETNAC. Many thanks, gentlemen, for coming on the panel. Always a pleasure. And that's our show for tonight. Many thanks, sir, for being part of it. On behalf of the team, I'm Sean Kimale. Bye for now.